The opinions shared by our guests today are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of their respective companies. They are here to share with us their experiences, expertise, and opinions acquired during the course of their careers from the companies and industries they have chosen to be part of over the years. During the first panel, we spoke briefly about the importance of ESG to organizations. In his keynote presentation, Blackline's John took a deep dive into ESG, one of the many priorities that finance and accounting teams need to perform as table stakes. That means it's part of our job. In the previous panel discussion, we spoke briefly about CFOs as stewards of company data. This time around, we will discuss CFOs as stewards of corporate sustainability. Now, corporate sustainability is defined as a strategy whereby a business delivers its goods and services in a manner that is both environmentally sustainable and supports economic growth. To help us understand what this role means in practical terms, please welcome Dr. William Chen. He's a member of the SAR, Hong Kong SAR Area Committee Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, or CIMA. Now, CIMA provides training and qualifications in management accountancy and related subjects. Now, in addition to his role at CIMA, Dr. Chen is also the CFO of HKSAR Engineering and is an adjunct professor with the Griffith University of Hong Kong. Dr. Chen, welcome to our fireside chat on the topic of CFO as the steward of corporate sustainability.
Hello, Allan. Thank you.
Okay. Let's start off. Sustainability efforts and goals are increasingly becoming table stakes, for companies. Why should the CFO take responsibility in this? Doesn't he have enough job already as it is?
Yes, because CFO play a crucial role in helping organizations addressing the impact on the planet and society. As the previous panelists in the previous sessions, we own the processes, systems, management information, and reporting that will support our organization transition to sustainable business. And also, CFO, we can ensure that we approach the sustainability not limited to reporting and compliance, because for listed company, there's a compliance requirement, but we ensure that this is not only for compliance. We really need that sustainability initiative to be baked into the organization. If we focus only on the reporting, it can lead to only corporate greenwashing. Only through integrated thinking will help the strategize the business model and business practice that change for the long term. Although I admit that it is a complex and long-term journey.
And that's where in compressed and long-term journey. If we look exactly at the CFO function itself, what is the value? If you could pick one value that the CFO can bring to the table when it comes to sustainability initiatives, what would that be?
Yeah, because as mentioned, we own the process data. Yeah, so we can use our core finance skill and do the financial analysis and resource allocation. What we can do is we can help to run the different scenario of different sustainability scenario. That is important. How does it impact not only short-term, but also long-term to the company? Without that kind of scenario, it is difficult for us to choose which is the best to the company. So I think that sustainability scenario planning is important. But on top of it, it is also important for us. It is to assist for the data integrity. Okay, because there's a lot of different data from financial and non-financial. We are in the good position that help to safeguard or to support the data integrity. And one more thing is important. It is when we communicate the sustainability initiative, how does it affect the financial performance? I think this is also important. So we are in the good position that we can help to communicate what is the impact, how does it affect for the financial performance.
Speaking of which, the next question I want to ask you is that this one was raised to me several times by some CFOs that have taken on the responsibility of ESG for the organization. It's an sustainability can be an expensive investment. Uh, so how do you sell, as a CFO, how do you sell the idea that sustainability is an investment, that it is not a cost? How do you sell it to the board, to the C-suite? And most importantly, how do you sell it to the rest of the organization so that you get everybody buy-in, everybody going towards the same initiative?
Yeah, this is a good question. Thank you, Allan. And we should. I won't sell. I will say this is an education journey. So what we do we need to inform the board and the C-suite colleagues that it is an opportunity. Although there will be expenses, but we will consider this is an investment. How this opportunity to drive business performance, business improvement and growth in the connected world. So what we do, it is as mentioned, the scenario planning, it is important. We need to visualize, saying, yeah, we have that kind of expenses this year, next year, but what value or how does it generate in the coming years? Not only 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5. And also, we also need to admit that sometimes we are being forced to think in the more longer term because the customers, they also demand us, also the society, the supplier, our staff. So I think we are in the position that we cannot avoid to talk about these topics. Instead of we need to be more proactive, we need to think, okay, how does it affect to the business if we say spend or invest these 2 years? How does it affect? This is another angle that we need to ask ourselves as a senior executive.
Interesting. Now, one thing I could mention, I think it was mentioned in one of the earlier panels, is that there's a lot of data that's being generated when it comes to sustainability. Now, do you agree then that the sustainability report should be integrated into the other reports? I mean, finance is famous for producing a lot of reports. Now we're going to add ESG on top of that. Does it make sense to integrate ESG data into the overall finance reporting and presentation as well?
Yeah, as mentioned, when we talk about sustainability and ESG, it should be embedded into the different functions, different areas of the organization. And if this is the case, then I think it makes sense that we need to integrate it into other reports, not only financial monthly financial report or financial report, also some of the business discussion on the business presentation and business information. And also, finance department play a very critical role in integrating sustainability measures into this process. I think also for the listed companies, there is a compliance requirement. Okay, they are required to disclose the information as according to the guideline, and it also demands the financial and non-financial data integrity. As mentioned, this is important that we need to have a clear definition across all the reports. Otherwise, it is not timely. It is different. Even if it's a simple, where is the cutoff? How do we do the definition parameters? That it is definitely need to be aligned and integrated.
Thank you for that. Now we're coming to the last 5 minutes of our session, our fireside chat. Now, can you provide us some guidance, some best practices for our audience here in terms of incorporating ESG into the overall business? What would they be?
Okay, I think first of all, we need to have a sustainability mindset across the different levels, particular staff from the top. And we need to create that kind of mindset and culture. By doing this, I think the learning is important, training is important, CIMA is actually incorporate this into the strategic level examination. We also have some short courses, online program that can help. But of course, there is a lot of other resources that are available in the market. And with the mindset, the second thing I believe it is the stakeholder engagement. What does that mean? It is different industry. They have different importance in terms of the stakeholder. For example, manufacturing is different from the banking industry and from a logistic company. So we need to have identified what are the key stakeholders and then what their interests in terms of the ESG or sustainability demands. And then we start from that, we analyze, prioritize, and then build up a roadmap. Because as I mentioned, this is a complex and long-term journey. We can't do it in 1 year or even 2 years. There it is a roadmap. And then with that, then we can see what investment we can put in and how does it related to the performance or value created for the company. And to start with, I think we can refer to some of the ESG reporting guidelines. They have that kind of the suggestions. This is my 2 cents on how to start with.
Dr. Chen, thank you very much for that one. Don't go away yet. To our audience here, CIMA, incidentally, have asked us to share with you this slide. Now, to your left is the QR code that will direct you to reports and researches from CIMA. And to the right are links to 2 courses that actually Dr. Chen mentioned earlier. Is there anything you could add to us to this one, Dr. Chen? What can our audience expect when they click on this QR code on the left, this researchers, reports, and tools?
Yeah, on the left, this is a free reports that there is a series of different articles or white paper, starting with the overall concept, sustainability, and ESG, and also you will go down into specific how the company focus on the E, S, and G. I think this is a very good starting point and resources.
Okay, interesting. Thank you very much. And of course, if they want to attend courses, right, they can always click on the QR codes on the right side. And by the way, for our audience, we will be providing the links to these ones on the chat function on your screen on the Zoom platform, right? And there should be a few more other courses, right, Dr. Chen?
Yeah, there will be some more, but I think to start with, you can just go to this tool. Yeah, this is the quick to have to build up the mindset.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Chen. Once again, thank you very much for sharing with us your views and experiences today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Allan. Have a good day.